Hey Glammers, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Jenna-lee Glam and welcome. So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and do a get to know me video for those of you who don't know me too well. So I asked on Instagram for you to send some questions in and I have them on my phone. So let's get into it. Ellie J has asked, can you please do a video doing a full makeup look with one of those cheap kids palettes from Kmart? Yes, I can. That's actually a great idea for a video. I'd be very interested in doing that and seeing how the makeup turns out. I have a feeling it might not be that great or pigmented, but we'll give it a whirl. I'm pretty sure Nikki Tutorials did a doing my full makeup with kids makeup. Doing full glam with kids makeup. So that'd be a cool challenge that I will definitely do. Okay, Maddie Poke has asked 2 questions. Her first question is, how many kids do you want? And her second question is, dream holiday destination.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Twins, Basil, twins.
So ideally I want 3 kids, my partner wants 2. We'll see how I go with the first one and then I'll decide. It's always been a dream of mine to adopt, so whether I had 2 and adopted one or had 3 and then adopted one, I'm not really quite sure. That really depends on how we're doing financially and everything, but I'd really like to offer a kid a life that they might not have had otherwise. And my dream holiday destination, I ticked off a fair few of those recently when we went to Europe for 5 weeks. I did Santorini, Switzerland, Italy was a massive one that I really wanted to go to. So that whole trip was a massive big tick off my bucket list. I think my next one will definitely be Africa. I'd love to do South Africa and do like a safari and everything. And we really wanted to go to Egypt when we were in Europe. We were going to fly down from Athens to Egypt because it's not very far, but we just had so many hiccups with transport that we had to cut it out. It wasn't going to work. So I'd definitely love to do Africa and go to Egypt and do a safari. And Coco Herring has asked, what was your very first makeup palette? To be honest, it was probably one of those cheap ones, the kid palettes from Kmart. I remember when I was really little getting a whole big kit to come with like eyeshadows, lipsticks, cheeks for Christmas. So, and there is a photo of me somewhere with like full glam on. I'm talking winged eyeliner, smoky eyeshadow, lipstick, the whole works, and I'm just like posing like that in it somewhere. I'll find it and I'll like insert it in, but I'm literally just like full model arm, like look how good my makeup is. And it was terrible. Mum made me go wash half of it off, so it's like all smudged and everywhere, but I've loved it from that long. But my first real palette, I'm pretty sure it was like a Morphe palette. Okay, next question was sent in by Beauty by Emma K, and she asked, what is your favorite makeup style, glam, soft, or Halloween? I'm gonna have to say Halloween. That is my favorite to do. I really love doing special effects and like character creation and all of that. I really love the creative side of makeup, so it would definitely be Halloween if I had to pick one. Next question is from Jenna French, and she has asked, what hobbies do you have outside of makeup? Makeup takes up a lot of my time, but outside of that, I really like to sing a lot. So I sing, write my own music, all of that sort of stuff, and I'm trying to teach myself piano. I'm not the greatest piano player, but I can sort of just learn basic songs and get by. And outside of that, I'm really big on water sports. So we take our jet ski out every summer and do like kneeboarding, biscuiting, and just hang around on the lake and everything. And I've finally just been able to stand up on a wakeboard, so it's gonna kill me this summer not being able to go out and wakeboard and kneeboard and everything, being pregnant. Maybe I'll be able to get like the last month of summer in. We'll see if I can even use my body after that. But next summer, it'll be on. I'll be out there every day. So Ebony Butler has asked, how has pregnancy been so far for you? My pregnancy has been pretty good. I've had a pretty good run. I didn't really get any morning sickness. I had like nausea every single day for probably 6 weeks, but I wasn't vomiting. I just felt nauseous all the time. Being super emotional. I'm not really a massive crier. I mean, I do love a good cry and any movie will get me, but not over stupid shit. I don't really cry very often because my pillows wouldn't go in the pillowcase or just for no reason at all. So that was new and interesting. You know, it's been a really good run so far, but if I sound really out of breath in this, that's that. Like, I just feel like I've run a marathon and I'm just sitting here. I just think it's like pressing on everything and I'm like, can't get a breath in. So I'm finding it really hard to talk a lot and breathe at the same time. Okay, Alana Patterson has asked, who is your favourite niece ever? And you know damn well I can't say you. This is from my niece. And there are 2 other girls in her family, so no comment. Okay, next up, Von Smith has asked, she's actually asked 2 questions, and the first one is, if you could give your teenage self any advice, what would it be? Fantastic question. Love that one. If I could give my teenage self any advice, it would be to not let what other people say or think about you affect you so much, because I used to be really bad at letting other people's bullshit affect me. And I'm slowly learning how to just filter out people who don't matter at all. People will say whatever they want about you and it's not your job to stress over it. So I'm slowly learning how to not let it affect me and to just know in myself that I'm a good person and I always try and do the right thing. And that's all that matters. I know who I am now. In high school, I didn't really know who I was. I was still figuring that out. And now I know who I am 100%, the absolute core of who I am, and what I stand for and what my values are. And I just don't really take anyone's bullshit. So not interested in drama or anything ever. So I just try and filter all that out and not let it affect me. The only other thing that I would tell my teenage self would be, but it would be to go the extra mile on being nice even to people that are outside of your friend group or outside of who you associate with, to really look and watch for who needs that kindness. Because high school is a really hard place and there's a lot of people that do need extra kindness. And even those that are a bully or being mean, they probably need it the most. So just stay true to who you are, be kind, and just watch for who might be reserved and held back and just sort of distancing themselves, and make sure they're okay. And Von's second question was, what was the most challenging thing about living interstate? Easy one, for sure, not being able to see my family every day. I'm massively close to my family, particularly my mum, my nan, my little brother, and I love watching all my nieces and nephews grow up. And when we were living there, my nephew was born, and it sucked watching him get older and change dramatically. And I wasn't around for it. I felt like I missed half of his life. So it would just be that, missing my family all the time and not being able to see them so much. Okay, so the next one was sent in by Dill Redman. Speaking of family. And he has asked, this isn't a question about you, but how is your younger brother so sexy? Dill Redman is my little brother, by the way, so he's asking about himself. And to answer your question, Dylan, I just don't know how you're this sexy. I don't know where you got it from. I don't know who it's come from, because none of us in the family are even remotely as sexy as that. So I just don't know where you've got it from, but you've been blessed. Okay, Morgan Jones has asked, how did you learn to do makeup? And by the way, you are so talented. Thank you, that is so kind to say. It's definitely taken me a long time to get to where I am and to learn and build up my skill level. But I haven't been to makeup school or gotten properly trained or anything. I did hair and beauty when I was in like year 12. That was a long time ago. And then I've done like a fair few workshops and masterclasses and stuff like that. And when we lived in Melbourne, I guess makeup expanded for me because there was just so much more around. But yeah, I just learned off YouTube. I spent a lot of time just practicing. And then when I started doing other people's makeup, I think that just really increased my skill level because I was just learning so many different techniques and face types and everything like that. But Lauren Kerrison has asked, who's your closest friends and why? Nice little plug for yourself there, Lauren, because you know you're in that list. I'll start with Lauren. So Lauren is one of my closest friends. Why? Don't know. She's such a bitch. Just joking, Lauren. Everyone that I'm friends with or close to in my family are just super chill, easy to get along with, fun people. Lauren is that. She's someone that I really clicked with instantly and on just like another level than other people. We're both really weird and crazy. And when we get together, that comes out. And we're both very competitive, so that's fun. She's the friend that I go to when I don't want bullshit and I want the truth, because she'll tell me when I'm in the wrong, and she'll also tell me when, fuck that bitch, you're right, stay true to you. Appreciate that about her so much, her honesty and integrity. And that, we've got my little brother Dylan. I'm super tight with him. I've been tight with him all through growing up until now. We're both two of the weirdest people you'll ever meet, and when we get together, we're just absolute psychos. Dylan is someone that always brings such a big light into my life. If I'm sad, he walks in the house and I can't be sad because he radiates so much happiness. Close to my mum, she's the best person in the world. She's the kindest and most generous person in the world. And if my mum doesn't like you, there's something wrong with you, because she doesn't not like anyone. Then I'm obviously really close to my boyfriend, Nick. We've been together for like 10 years now, so you'd want to hope we were close. Be better than anyone else in the whole world, and he gets me better than anyone else in the whole world. Very similar people in everything. Just love to have a joke with everyone and with each other. So I'm really close to my friend Christy. I've known her for like 11 or 12 years, I think. The best thing about our friendship is we've lived apart for like probably 10 years of it, and it's still exactly the same. No matter how much time passes, whenever we catch up, it is literally exactly the same. I really value her and her calmness, because I'm not calm, I'm crazy, and she's just always cool and calm and collected, and I love that about her. Jade is another one of my close friends. She's a new friend. I've probably only grown close to her over the last year, but she is like a ride or die good friend. What I love about Jade is that she's such an uplifting and empowering person. She's all about lifting up other women, lifting up her friends, and just empowering them to be the best them. And I love that about her. And then last but not least is my friend Mitch and Kate, actually a couple. And I met Mitch first. We become really tight really fast. We met at work. We worked together. The second he came to work with me, I bugged him and asked him like every question about his life and just forced my way into his friendship. And we just really click, and he's always been there for me. Even when stuff has gone down, he really comes through and makes sure I'm okay. is really there for me, and he's like the best person ever. And Kate is his girlfriend, who I met through Mitch, and I'll forever be thankful to him for bringing her into my life because she is just such a good soul. She's just the same as everyone else. She's so chill and fun, and we always have such a great time. I just have so much fun with Kate. We just do some really weird shit, and she's always there for me. She's a really mature, level-headed she's a really mature and level-headed person, and that's it. Oh, and I should throw in there my friend Tyler. Love this kid. He's the best ever. I work with him and we've become like so close. He's become one of my best friends really quickly. He's the same, like we're literally like twin souls. We have the weirdest conversations at work. I just bug him all day. And Roxy Vance has asked, who do you think's a better Fortnite player? Nick, Kenny or Roxy? And she put Roxy in cap locks. Of course it's Roxy 280, the absolute snipe queen. Who else would it be? I used to squad up with these guys. I haven't played Fortnite in so long. I need to get a new headset and jump back on, but I've just been so busy with everything. I haven't bothered, but definitely you, Rox. Jess Whelan has sent in, how did you tell Nick and your family that you were pregnant? And reactions. Oh my God. So I put the pregnancy tests in a box and wrapped it up to give to Nick. And as soon as I handed him the box, he goes, I know what's in this. And I was like, what? No, you don't. Just open it up. Like, what do you know? What do you mean? He's like, no, seriously, I know what's in this. And I was like, just open the box. Shut up. And so he opened the box, and it was the most beautiful moment. He was just so happy, and we had such a special time. I did the same thing with my mum. I put them in a box and she like lost the plot. Actually, I probably have, I have the video. I might insert it in here. Oh! Oh! Really? Oh my God! That's the best present ever. He was so happy. And then with the rest of the family, we did the same sort of thing. I gave my stepdad a beer holder, the sleeve thing. It's a stubby holder, right? Yeah, I gave him one of those that said like #1 pop on it. He didn't read it, obviously. He just was like, oh cool, thanks, and put it down. Didn't catch on for ages, and I was just staring at him like and then he finally caught on and he like nearly cried. It was so cute. And for Nick's parents, we gave them mugs that had Nan and Pop on them, and again Nick's mum was like, oh, I know what's in here. And for my stepmom and dad, we took them a plaque that had grandparents and this nice little message on it. And then only just like a couple of like close friends and my little brother, I gave them a onesie that I wrote Squad Baby due January 2020 on it. And that was really cute. And Jess Whelan has sent a second question in, and she's asked, what's your most embarrassing memory? I really have one. I don't embarrass easily, and that's why all my friends get me to do all the shit that they don't want to do, because I will just go do it. It's between Lauren and I, we don't really give a shit. We'll just go do it. Pick one, it'd probably be when I was about 15 and we're on a family trip to New Zealand. And my little brother and I, he will remember this. He'll bet he's forgotten, but he'll remember now. We were in the airport waiting for our flight, and we were being stupid and playing like chasing through the airport because we were bored. And we were running around, and I went into the toilet to hide. And then while I was in there, I was like, oh crap, I really actually need to go to the toilet. So I went in there, did my business, come out, wash my hands, opened the door, and I knew he'd be out there waiting. So I just banged it. I was like, peace. And I was just running through the airport like top speed, and I could hear Dylan behind me, and he was yelling at me, and all I could hear was and I'm like pissing myself like, ha, you can't get me. And then when he finally got up to me, he was laughing so hard, and he was trying to tell me the whole time that my skirt was tucked into my undies and my whole ass was out while I was just running through the airport. And I was actually pretty embarrassed that time because I was like 15. So that's probably the only time that I was like, oh my God, with bright red. Annalise Monson has asked me, how old were you when you first got into doing makeup? Real young, as you can see from the... I remember doing it from like 6 years old. When I really got hard into it to what I like to do now, it would probably be like 21. I think I really like lifted my level and got into sort of what I'm doing now and like special effects and stuff like that. So this question sort of links into the previous one, and it's from Josie Bessel, who was asked, have you always wanted to be a makeup artist and how long have you been doing makeup? So the answer to that is no, and I didn't ever intend on being a makeup artist. When I started my Instagram page, I started it with the intention of going into YouTube and doing YouTube and just sharing like my tips and tricks and products that I like using, because I was getting questions all the time from like friends and family, what I like to use, how I like to use it, rah, rah, rah. So I was like, I'm just going to start an Instagram page and then they can look at that. And I always wanted to do YouTube. So I was like, then I can just sort of expand into that. And I just started getting more and more requests to do other people's makeup, and it just grew into this thing that it is now. And now I'm booked out like most weekends and trying to fit them in before work and after work. And I'm really happy that I ventured out and sort of pushed myself to do other people's makeup, because I think it really helps sharpen your skills a lot. And then Cassie Kate has asked, who are your biggest inspirations in terms of other makeup artists or YouTubers? YouTubers is easily Desi Perkins, massive fan of. I've watched her for like such a long time. I love her. I think she's just a really cool, chill, funny chick. And then her best friend Katie, I watch all of her stuff as well. They're both really talented. Karen, I love Sarah E. Super talented. Her lips. Her looks are always so bomb. And then I love Nikki Tutorials as well. She's just queen. In terms of makeup artists, in Australia, I'm a big fan of Mia Connor, Jack Cale, and Tennille J. And then outside of that, Patrick Tar, makeup by Ariel, makeup by Mario, makeup by Ariel, and then Mario, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. Who else? Sir John is fabulous. Probably the ones that I frequent the most. Alan Face. Those are probably my favorites. And the last one is from my little sister, Olivia. She has asked what kind of music I'm into. Literally into everything. If you're in a car with me, you have to roll with hip hop, gangster rap, country, heavy metal, rock. You have to go from Taylor Swift to Five Finger Death Punch, because I listen to it all. Electric dance music, like the works. The only thing I don't really listen to is opera and jazz. Everything else is fair game for me. So that wraps up today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If I didn't answer your question, I'm sorry. Hopefully I will do another one of these and I can answer some more questions. Thank you so much for sending your questions in and participating in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! I like this pink. I've got to have some reflux just going up and down. Wow. So the next one... Shit. I caught it though. Ninja! You my green eyed girl. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!